be at the beauty.
Yeah. First and foremost, Happy New Year to each and every one of y'all. It's the first episode of the new year. So, wishing y'all all a Happy New Year. But let's get into it. It's your boy Jones, and welcome to another episode of the Jonesin podcast, brought to you by Jonesin for Sports. We make sports better. And as always, I'm brought to you with my co-hosts E and Nico. How we doing, fellas?
Great.
We maintaining. You feel me?
So we could have had a three-way on pause on this with all our teams being there, but unfortunately, my team ain't gonna be there this year. And E's team is there. Who would have thought that?
Yo, bro.
Who would have thought that?
Nigga, the Broncos are in the playoffs.
And Broncos
Dallas
in the motherfucker. And Dallas
out here
ain't that a motherfucking bitch? God damn. It is what it is, though, y'all. But yeah, y'all know what time it is. We're gonna talk about this weekend's wild card weekend. NFL playoffs is fucking here. This is what we've been waiting for. But I wanted to touch on something else before we get into that. But y'all know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, and make sure as you watch, you typing your comments in there, whatever it is, so we could talk about it.
Push the goddamn button, Ricky Tan.
Push the button.
Push the goddamn button.
So, before I switch it over to try to get this shared out to everybody, I'm going to throw the first question out there to you two playoff people. I'll start with you, E, the surprise of the year.
Because, we be here. So go ahead.
I'm sorry. Before we do that, Buckeye Nation, baby, tomorrow. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Who y'all play?
Baby.
Who's that? Texas? Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be going against my boy's supposed to be having like a legendary game. They say Quinn is getting ready to do some shit, but I don't know.
That's going to be a good
Hopefully
game.
our defense show up like we did last week, because boy, we was all on Oregon. That was a great fucking win. Great fucking win. But we gotta do it again, y'all. And like Ryan Day, still on your ass until you get to that chip. If you don't get to that chip, fire his ass. I don't care. Because if you don't beat Michigan and you don't get
that'd be bad.
Ohio. Get him out of here. I ain't with the shit. Everybody, oh, well, look at him. Everybody's calling him to get him fired, and now look at Ohio State. The boys are doing that. Talent is doing that. It ain't Ryan Day. I'll give him credit for having them prepared and ready. But other than that, we got talent out the ass, so that's why we doing it. This is how we supposed to play. We're the most talented team, probably one of the most talented teams in all of college, from top to bottom. So we should be fucking doing this all fucking year. But I had to get that out there before we started. E, your Broncos, how are we feeling? First of all, congratulations to you, because like we said, it's the shock of the year. We did not see you guys and the Commanders making it. Those were the two shocks of the year for me that made the playoffs this year. How are you feeling right now? Before you even talk about the games, just how are you feeling going into it? About the year.
Well, one, it was surprising me. You know me, I said it was going to be a rebuild season. I think I would be happy just to be competing for a playoff spot.
Yep.
I'm not one of the haters that was sitting there saying that we were going to be the worst team in the AFC. Y'all must not know that the Raiders, the Jets, all the other teams, the NFC, the whole AFC South that isn't the Texans are all in the AFC.
I mean, the whole AFC East except the Bills. Like
pretty much. Yeah. Everybody said we were going to be the worst team. We drafted Bo Nix was a reach pick and all that other shit.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that-
give them that smoke. E,
That's-
give them
that's-
that smoke. They
I
was
mean, that
give
sounded
them
good.
that
I
smoke.
mean,
They was
you
coming
know what's
at y'all.
crazy? The knock that Bo Nix was in college forever. I'll take that. That means he was playing a lot of football.
Yeah, I never understood how that's a knock. Like, okay, we got a
an old
seasoned
rookie.
quarterback. That's the goal. If we'd have went and we'd have grabbed a 18-year-old. He'd have been out there looking like Bryce.
How many times they go and take a quarterback that started maybe 1 year, 2 years in college, and then oh my God, it's a shock. He's struggling in the NFL.
Trey Lance.
I mean,
Good game last week, but
And Trey
overall,
Lance has gone backwards.
but anyway, yeah, like all the hate that was put on us, like, yeah, I forgot we always have a good defense. You know, defense is always going to carry you anywhere. Defense wins chips. I'm not saying we the Super Bowl favorite and none of that, but at the end of the day, it's an any given Sunday kind of thing. And then the last thing I'll touch on is all them haters that said the Bengals should have been in, the Chiefs threw that game away. The Bengals should have played better in the regular season. The Bengals should have invested. The Bengals should have invested in a better offensive line and some defensive players to help out Joe Burrow. They could have been in the playoffs.
Yep.
Y'all getting mad at us. Y'all forgot we started off looking horrible in this regular season. We got hot and we got ourselves there. There's a team. If y'all want to complain about us, there's a team in the playoffs that shouldn't be the last couple games. They've been playing the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep. That's a fact.
Russ found it. Let Russ cook. Yeah, Russ is looking like Denver Russ right now.
Sure is. I told y'all need to put my boy back in.
Russ fooled y'all. The same way he fooled those people in Denver for giving him all that money.
I don't even put that all the way on Russ. I feel like the rest of the team is starting to fold. Like, I feel like Russ is
they're not that good.
They're not. No.
They're not. Their offense is trash. Let's stop praising George Pickens like he's a number one receiver when he's not.
No. Not even close. For real.
If George Pickens was on Buffalo, how much better is he than Coleman?
I don't think he is, because I think he's a locker room issue. I think he's mad and mature. I think.
And did anybody watch that game last week? How many drops he had?
5, I think.
Yep.
He put 5 of them shits on the ground, I think. 4 or 5.
So all that talk. Listen, I get it. We had a big cap hit. We couldn't really do much of free agency. Everybody said we reached for the quarterback when he was second best quarterback out of the draft this year.
Yep.
And not a knock on Jaden Daniels, but outside Jaden Daniels has a better supporting cast than Bo.
Say that again. I didn't hear that last time.
Jaden Daniels has a better supporting cast on the offense than Bo Nix does.
Yes.
All we have is Cortland Sutton. We don't have no tight ends who are a threat. We have no running game.
No, I'm with you on that.
All that talk on us. Listen, we did our job. Y'all want to say the Chiefs threw the game? Now, if we would have lost that game, what would have happened?
Exactly. And I don't want to hear all that shit that to all y'all Cincy fans. Chiefs threw the game. What the fuck were they supposed to do?
Yo, I hate that argument.
All the time.
One of my dogs.
Yeah, you.
One of my dogs is a Giants fan. One of my dogs is a Giants fan, and he be bringing up that 2021 season when the last game of the season the Eagles benched Jalen Hurts we didn't need the win. We was the number 1 team in the division by a lot. We was letting our backup play in Jalen Hurts already, then took him out and put the third string in there. And one of my Giants fan homies was like, y'all are point shaving. Y'all just didn't want the Giants to make the playoffs. So what difference did it make to us? What fucking difference did it make to us?
Scared of the Giants. Like, come on, stop it.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy?
19 wins in 8 years.
You know what's crazy? If y'all look at when we played the Chiefs, we had everybody, how'd they beat us? On a blocked field goal.
Mm-hmm.
All our division games were close games.
Me and Sean was talking about it this season. Me and Jones was talking about it. I said, yo, this year's Chiefs is the least dominant one-loss team I've ever seen in my life. They've squeezed away every single win on a
they don't have a lot of they didn't have a lot of
y'all gonna regret that. Y'all
They don't
gonna
have. They didn't have a
regret
lot of
it.
wins that you were like, yeah, they're the best team. They
Bro,
look
And they-
shaky a lot.
the games that I expected to go down to the wire, like them and the Ravens or them and the
Yeah, of
Bills,
course.
or those were good games. But then
Yeah.
you beat the Raiders by 2 points. Then you beat, like you got to be playing teams like that, the
Panthers,
Jets and shit
yeah.
that you're beating by a field goal, like
Yeah, the Panthers
awful
and stuff.
team.
See, normally I would agree. I would agree with y'all, but the reason why I don't agree with y'all this year about it is because we saw this last year with the Chiefs. We saw them look bad, and they lost those games. This year, they winning those games. Yeah, I agree that they don't look like we're used to, but I think we need to get past that. They're not going to look like that team that we're used to with the numbers going crazy. I honestly think that Andy Reid has had a talk with Patrick Mahomes and said, look, I understand the first 4 years we were lighting it up. We were going for 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and all that shit when they had Tyreek. Now that they don't have Tyreek, they still got weapons, but they just got them this year and they were hurt for most of the year.
No,
I think, hold on one second. I think Andy Reid has, what's the word? He has, for lack of a better term, stolen the mindset of Bill Belichick, which is we're not going to go crazy. We're going to run the ball as much as possible. We're going to dink and dunk, get the ball out Patrick Mahomes' hands. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to play great defense behind it and win close games. Last year, they weren't winning those games. This year, they went 15-1.
Yeah, but we're not saying that they're not the Super Bowl favorite. We're just saying
No, I
out of
didn't say that
15,
either.
like a one-loss team or two-loss
When you
team.
hear of a one-loss
just
team, you
not-
think
Of course.
dominance.
You don't think
No, I hear
dominance.
that.
That's
I hear that.
That's all it is.
The Lions this year were more dominant. The Lions at
Yeah.
14-2 were more dominant than the
Yeah,
Chiefs were.
they
at
had
14-1.
games where they just like belt to ass teams.
Yes.
Disagreeing with that part. I agree with that part.
That's all
The
that
part that
team
I'm saying, like with me and Nico been going back and forth with it over on Instagram the past like month. And my thing is
That's a fact. 'Cause
'Cause
I said
I-
in like week 12, I think.
and my thing, I agree with y'all. Like they don't look like the most dominant team in the league, the most dominant 15-1. But like I said, they look like a team that's knows what they want, which is the regular season seems like it's practice to them. And then the playoffs, they turn it up.
You know why I don't like that?
We see almost every year.
I know that, but you know why I don't like that? Momentum going into the playoffs is big. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
15-1 is not momentum going into the playoffs.
when you're coasting and you got teams that are like
doing that all year purposely.
I know, but
I
that's
don't
what
agree
I'm
with
saying.
that. I think that's where I think it's niggas being fans and giving them a lot of credit. No team comes out in week 1 and be like, yo, guys, we gonna coast this whole year until the play. Bullshit. Nobody does that.
I'm not saying like that. I'm saying like the first 4 years of Patrick Mahomes' career, it was run and gun. This
He
year,
had security
2
blankets
years,
though.
right? That's what I'm saying. He don't got that no more. So we're not going to see that type of offense out of them. So, and I think not you specifically, Nico, but fans that hate the Chiefs are I think they hate the Chiefs so much or so tired of the Chiefs that they're finding any reason to be like, all right, yeah, this ain't their year. But it's like for me,
I hate the Niners. I don't personally hate the Chiefs, but just objectively watching, like when we played them in the Super Bowl, last year, 2 years ago? 2 years ago, they scared me. They don't like if we had to run into them this year, I'm not scared this year.
Yeah,
like I was scared. They were a scary team 2 years ago.
They don't
scare me
they
this
don't
year.
have like that fear with them.
And
like,
that's
The
what I
Commanders
think.
scare me a little bit more than them this year.
See, that's where
I'm worried about seeing them niggas next week.
I think y'all gonna regret that. That's what I feel. I could be wrong, but I feel like
That's if they get to see an
gonna-
NFC team.
I think they will. I think they will. I think they
they
really
will
don't
too,
think-
because the officials aren't gonna let them lose. The league is in.
I gotta give it up, yo. Y'all gotta stop, man.
we can
Y'all gotta
we
stop
can't
with these
pretend like this
refs,
is
though.
we've never seen a team
do it. You can't say you got to stop when it's like blatantly in your face all the time.
like even when people was calling the Patriots cheaters or whatever, it was never as much in-game actual shit that you're watching. I'm watching football every single week. Like, wait, what? When did that rule come out? Like every week I'm watching it, and with the Chiefs game, it's something every single week from week 1 literally to week 14, 15. There's always something scandalous happening. With the Patriots, you will hear some whispers in the offseason. Yo, they filming practices. Yo, they deflating balls over there. With the Chiefs, you actively watch people like run away from Patrick Mahomes. You actively watch flags just pop up in their favor with 2 seconds left on the clock. That you don't see that with nobody else all season long. It's been highly questionable this year. But if it's left to just football, how it gets with some of those games, they are being out footballed. Their defense is playing great. Their defense haven't given up more than 22 points, I think, all season. I don't think they've given up more than 22 points since they played us in the Super Bowl, for real. Like, they've had a great run. But defensively, the offense is not stacking up, and you're going to run into a high-powered offense that the refs ain't going to be able to rate. You feel me?
But
then what?
That's
what
my
happened
thing.
with the Ravens in week 1. How many times are you going to win a game by this much? By Isaiah Likely's shoelace being on the white.
I bet. Look, let me ask y'all this.
And Lamar only got better as the year went. Derrick Henry only picked up momentum as the year went. I got them coming out the AFC for real.
Y'all saying how the Chiefs' offense looked bad, right? How'd they look last year?
Better than this.
Yeah. Stop it. The only
they
thing
were
on
far
that
more complete than this. They don't have a run game at all.
We didn't hear about Kelsey as much last year.
No, last year was the Taylor Swift year.
Kelsey had a down year last season.
This year was his worst statistical year.
Yeah, last year started his down slope.
Last year is when the decline started.
But that's my point. Last year
now who they had last year throughout the whole season? Rashid Rice.
They don't have rock, and they was throwing rock a little bit better.
And who did they have though? Rashid Rice. They got Brown back, and they got
what has Hollywood Brown did yet? Outside of the Hopkins' first game, has he done a lot?
According to y'all, none of the offense has done a lot.
Except Patrick Mahomes.
15-1. But my point is, they looked worse last year, in my opinion. They looked worse last year. In my opinion. They won the Super Bowl. Because of that one thing that Nico said. Defense.
Yeah.
Defense. And they still got that same defense.
But there also was a lot of
nice.
I don't feel like that the teams that were good last year are as good as this year's good teams. There's 6 teams with less than 4 losses.
I agree with that point. I think the competition.
There's 6-7 teams this year with less than 4 less than 4 losses is crazy.
Sure. More competition this year. I definitely
you feel
agree
me?
With that point.
They've had to fight a lot harder for every one of their wins this year. That shit wears on you. Isaiah Pacheco been out all season. He only been back 2-3 weeks.
There's 2 divisions.
Y'all forgetting the injuries. They had a lot of injuries this year too.
Absolutely, but I feel like that's gonna come to bite them. Pacheco ain't gonna be he ain't gonna be rolling. He ain't gonna have no momentum. Come real time when they're gonna need him the ball, he gonna have no momentum.
I think the opposite.
And Patrick is going to wear down eventually. We see great players. You can't do that shit by yourself forever.
I said it a couple of weeks ago.
He walked off an injury this year because he had to. Because if he sit out, they lose games.
How much of this did I said this a couple weeks ago? How much of this is all those deep playoff runs is starting to catch up to them?
For sure.
These guys don't have full off seasons like everybody else does.
That's the one thing that I'm worried about when it comes to them.
Games or Super Bowl. After a while, why Kelsey's only getting up there in age. You're gonna start hitting the decline.
And it's a physical position. They don't even put that nigga in position to block no more because for what?
What is he getting blocking?
You're not gonna get we want you to catch passes, bro. We need your energy and your strength to catch passes. But they don't put him in position to block no more. They don't ask Kelsey to block no more.
My thing is, I hear what y'all saying. I hear what y'all saying. My thing is, I learned my lesson from the Patriots. Patriots showed me this is who the fuck they are, and this is how they win. This is what they do, and this is I'm seeing almost a copycat of. I'm seeing Andy Reid in that offense of the Chiefs looking like the Patriots. When the Patriots didn't have no defense, this is what the Patriots without a defense. What did Brady and them do? Dink and dunk. Nothing explosive.
But
Brady only had an explosive year that 1 year with Randy Moss. But other than that, his whole career has been dink and dunk, making little guys, no-name guys look, give them names, basically. So I feel like that's what Mahomes and the Chiefs are doing. And until I see them lose, I can't count them out, yo. I just can't count them out. I almost counted them out last year, and they proved me wrong.
I like the analogy of it, and I knew they was gonna beat the Niners. The Niners was never supposed to be there. Them niggas is not it, and they're gonna be back for a long time. But my thing, I love the analogy, but I feel like Brady was allowed to do those things because Brady's more of a pure quarterback than Patrick Mahomes is. They're asking Patrick Mahomes to go out there every week and do more than Tom Brady would do in a full season. Like, you've never seen a Tom Brady play last more than 8 seconds. I'm talking about from snap to drop back to let it go to that person goes down. And it only goes longer than 8 seconds. If they catch it and they're running forever. Patrick Mahomes is holding the ball for 8 seconds before he gets rid of it. He's asked to sprint around and break tackles and all that. That shit wears on you. He's not just standing still, letting it go and letting his receivers work. Tom Brady had mad nobody, lunch pail, construction hat, worker guys who's gonna come there and work. Julian Edelman, fucking what's my guy's name out here? The other white one.
Danny Amendola.
Amendola. Before that, the Deion Branch days. Like, he just had guys that was going to show up and work. Yeah. They're not exactly going to be explosive. They're not exactly going to be all flashy. They're asking Patrick Mahomes to carry a lot of weight to throw the ball to average niggas. Niggas who take forever to get open. That was an accident. Niggas who take forever to get open. Like, they're asking Patrick Mahomes to run it. Do this for 12 seconds.
You got cleats on, nigga?
Until one of these terrible receivers.
Yeah, he just came from working out. He's getting field work in.
You got cleats on?
Oh no, you heard it though. You heard it though, right?
It sounded like the cleat.
Because I stay ready. But no, I just feel like it's gonna wear on him eventually. Like, I love Mahomes. I think he is, probably one of the most talented people in the entire league, in the entirety of the NFL. But when you ask an extreme talent to be the lone extreme talent for too long, that shit wears on you. And yeah, it's winning them some regular season games, but I feel like, when the chips is high, niggas are gonna, the only goal, like, if I'm a defensive coordinator, if I'm a head coach, every team that plays him from here on out, I don't give a fuck what they do on that back end. Hit him. Every single play, hit him. If he gonna be running around like that, hit him. I don't care what, hit him. Hit him.
You gotta beat him up.
Hit him. Hit him. And it's gonna wear him down. We've seen him have 2 minor injuries this season, miss like a game here, miss a half here. But that
let's not forget why you think they didn't play them the last game, even though it was everything was locked up. The game before that, he hurt his ankle, and then you wanted him to play against the Broncos, who had the most sacks in the season.
And that's his second. That's his second ankle injury this season.
For him to want to have to be chased around by the team that creates the most quarterback pressures.
And I feel like looking at the defenses. Looking at the defenses that are in the AFC wildcard weekend and in the playoff picture right now, those are some tense defenses. Like, those are some strong defenses. Like, he's not just going to get up here and get to run around against the fucking Raiders. Like, he don't just get to run around against whomever no more. Like, this is the Ravens, the Bills, the Broncos. Like, they're teams here now. And that shit is going to get scary because they don't have nobody to throw to. Patrick Surtain is sitting on everything back there. Like, they don't really have nobody who's going to throw to. It's going to be a lot on his shoulders, and I think that's where it's going to start to be a downfall for them. Because Belichick and Brady's a pure quarterback. Brady's 6'6". He could stand back, 6'5" or whatever, could stand back there and just, his tall, pretty ass and just throw rock all day. They're asking Pat to do a lot of scrambling side to side before he's able to throw rock.
They ain't even asking him. He just got to do it.
Facts. Because he want to live.
He just want to live, but... Man, I love this conversation though. I love this conversation.
I fuck with him.
Keep it going.
I love Pat. You know, the only team I hate is the Niners. Like I love Pat, but not only team because you know the Giants is trash too and the Cowboys. But
I was about to say, don't forget us now. Come on now.
I fuck with Pat. I fuck with Andy Reid heavy, but I just don't know if it's in the cards for them this year. You know, Andy Reid, my guy, but I just don't know.
So now let's get into your Eagles because we went from the Broncos to the Chiefs. We weren't even supposed to talk about the Chiefs, but that was such a good conversation.
It's you talk about playoff teams. Come on,
and you got to talk about the best team, obviously. Like they, you know, that's them. That's who they are. Until they get dethroned.
This is why I like the L, y'all, because the smoke is coming. See, this is why I like the L.
I got some. I'll say later. I got some more on the Broncos. A certain person irritated me.
All right, so Nico, talk to me. How you feel? How did you feel about your season overall?
We had the season we were supposed to come in here and have. I think I said it at the start of last year, or maybe at the very end of the start of this year, the end of last year, after we made all the hirings and shit like that. I said, yo, 3-loss season, y'all. Like I said, maybe 3. Honestly, I had us at 15-2. To start the year, that was my prediction was 15-2. And we threw that bullshit game away. Not even threw it away. Jalen Hurts got hurt against Washington, and fucking Kenny Pickett came in there and shit the bed. And then they threw that bullshit ejection on CJ.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was he got punched on, and they kicked him out the game.
He got punched, and they kicked him out. He must have.
I was like, get his ass up, get him out.
Yo, the ref looked at him. The ref looked at him.
He must have said something that the ref was like. He must have said something that the ref was like, "Nah, you deserve that. Get up out of here." Cause
and that's why I can't go for that, bro. I don't care what you say in the realm of football. There should be nothing you can verbally say to get you kicked out of a game, bro. I hate that.
That's corny as shit.
So they stole one game from us in Washington. We should have been 15-2, but I'll take that. I'll take 14-3 as an amazing year. Saquon, 2K, you feel me? AJ, 1K, you know.
What are your thoughts on them not letting him go get that record?
I respect it. I feel like you can't. I was having these conversations on Twitter. A couple people had hit me up about it. I feel like you can't please everybody. You feel me? Like somebody's gonna be pissed off about it. If we'd have sent him out there to get them 100 yards and some freak of nature accident happened and the nigga like pull a hammy or something, you know, or like twist an ankle sprain, then it's, yo, Nick Sirianni's a fucking idiot. Why would he even do that? Oh, Saquon's selfish. Why would he even want to do that? It's a meaningless game.
Especially
pride.
You can't win for losing.
You feel me? So if he the one,
Jalen got hurt already.
You feel, and that's literally verbatim.
It's your quarterback and your running back going into a playoff game injured.
And verbatim, that's what I said. I'm like, yo, bro, like our starting quarterback got hurt in what was a meaningless game for us because we had the playoffs locked up the week before against Washington already. Like we had that. I'm sorry, that was Steelers the week before. The week before the Steelers, we had that locked up anyway. Like that wasn't. Jalen went out there and got a concussion. CJ got ejected. Shit don't need to happen. We sent him out there in the last game. Anything could have happened, and then we'd have been having egg on our face when we lost in the playoffs because we don't have our best players. We out a quarterback and a running back. We decided to sit him. We decided to sit him. People are like, "Oh, what the fuck are y'all doing?" Blah 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 blah. He's still got he's the leading rusher in the NFL, regardless. That's how great he was this year. He sat the last game. So many games this year, he didn't play a whole second half. He didn't play a whole fourth quarter. In my eyes, and anybody who watched football this season, y'all know that Saquon had the most impressive season he's ever had, that any running back has ever had. Because had he played the full games, if we wasn't sitting him, he had 2,500 yards this year.
Yeah, he would have got
easy. He had 5 games with under 100 yards this season. Because that's how bad we was belt the ass of niggas at some points.
No,
so
I'm
not mad at it. I respect that they sat him. If we win it all, nobody's gonna be talking about the fact that he didn't get the Russian title.
Oh no, hell no.
So
hell no. If y'all win
that's what I'm hanging my hat on.
No, I respect that. I definitely respect it from Eagles fans. Definitely, because that's your team and you want to see it like that. And I respect it overall, but me personally, boy, I would have got that motherfucker.
That's all I wanted to say.
Oh no, I mean, yeah. Look, this is me. This is media personality. Me, y'all niggas know me the player. Y'all know me
bad
the player,
you
nigga.
break that against the Giants though?
That's why I wanted. I ain't gonna lie. I was a fucking if Saquon was gonna play that game, I was gonna be a Eagle fan for one half, just to see him break the record against his old team.
Because
The
if
Giants,
he would have took a half,
I
he
hate
then
those.
could have got 100 yards and 4 carries.
Bro,
For real,
that's
for real.
That's what I would say. I would have been like,
until he
5
got it.
carries.
Like, I don't care if it's 3rd and 15. Run the ball. You're gonna break the record until you break it. We're not even attempting a pass play.
Yep.
Nah, I had told somebody I would have sent him in there with like a carry limit. Like, yo,
yeah, exactly.
we giving you 20. We giving you 20 is the number on the board. That's it. 20 is the number on the board. If you don't get 100 yards in these 20 touches, you're done. For the day.
That's what I was gonna say.
And we're gonna try to get you this 20 in the first quarter. All right, big dog.
Exactly. We trying to get this done in the first fucking quarter.
If we could get this shit done in 8 carries, then let's get it done in 8 carries, big dog.
And it's the Giants. You had almost 200 yards against them the first time y'all played.
You set your career high against them last time and didn't play the whole fourth quarter.
The whole fourth quarter. Said, nah, let the young dogs eat.
And again, look, y'all know me the player. Wouldn't have said that shit either, dog.
Nico would have been on the sideline telling the quarterback, get me the ball.
Fuck we doing, B? I'm hot.
Come on now. I want
What
that
we
incentive,
doing?
$2 million on that paycheck. You feel me? For sure.
I want rock. That's it. Give me the rock.
Before we get into the playoff games, let me just give my end of the year. Talk about the boys real quick. I will say, I should have looked at it before. I forgot what I had us going into the season. I think it was like 10 wins or 11 wins at most. We got to 7. There was a midway through the season where I said we're not going to get 5. We got to 7, so I was wrong there. Overall, if we would have continued the way we started the season, then it would have been a complete F season. But we did show, 3 games maybe? We showed fight in it, so I did like that. But at the end of the fucking day, none of it. Quarterback, offensive line, receivers, running back, defensive guys, coaches, it doesn't fucking matter. The only motherfucker that matters is Jerry fucking Jones.
The crypt keeper.
And if he don't change, then y'all.
And he won't die.
But, exactly. But for the first time, though, I think I said this in an earlier podcast. For the first time in my life, I'm starting to see a change with Cowboy Nation. I'm starting to see them be like, all right, we still falling for this shit. Like, I'm starting to see Cowboy Nation starting to be mad about the shit now and actually pointing the finger at him. Not all of them. There's still some delusionals out there. Of course, there's still going to be delusionals out there. But I've been doing polls. I've been talking to Cowboy fans, and I'm seeing it. Like, they like, yo, Jones, you've been right this whole time. You've been telling us this. Like, yo, I have no reason to lie. Like, I'm tired of watching this shit. I'm tired of it. That's why this year, I mean, obviously it was a done year when Dak went down, but even before then, I'm like, hey, the way we started this season, I already see how this is going to end up. And I got off real quick.
So let me ask you
a question. Can I ask just one question?
Go ahead.
As a Cowboy fan, how much do you hate hearing Micah Parsons talk?
God.
That
Micah
comment
needs
he
to shut
said
the
about
fuck
that
up.
Philly game, outside of the score, the game was really
Nigga said,
close.
yo, if we take away the points,
Why
the
do we
game wasn't
keep
that
scoring the
bad.
game then?
And
Yo, 'cause I
again,
hit him up about that directly. I hit Jones up.
Like-
he did. He did.
I didn't fuck with you this season because I was like, yo, I know how I feel be going through it with the Cowboys. But I'm just like, yo, when I seen, outside of the score, the game was close. I said, what's the point of keeping score then?
Yo, son
Bro.
said it with a bold, straight face. He was like, "Yo, like what? They only had what? Maybe
They was eliminated
three big
from the
passing
playoffs, and
plays. They had
coming.
what? He said, yo, they had maybe 5 big plays all game. You know, you take away the score. It was pretty close at the end. Then we beat y'all by 5 scores. Nigga, like, what are you talking about?
Like, what are you talking about?
They only
bro?
had about 5 big plays, that y'all didn't have, dog. That's why y'all lost. Like, what are you?
Micah needs to shut up, and this is all because of Jerry. Jerry allows this shit.
My least favorite thing about modern day sports, right? Like, and not even to sound like an old head, like my least favorite thing about modern sports is active players with media platforms, dog. I hate it because so many of y'all have terrible
I don't think
takes.
anybody who plays
should be able to
a podcaster during the season.
Yes.
If you want to be a podcaster, do it in your off season.
Exactly. Do it in the off season. Hold that shit for the off
and
season.
Even then, if you had a trash season, you should be working on your fucking game.
Exactly.
I don't even want to hear you talk. You should be working on your fucking game if you had a bad season.
He was hurt for part of the season, and then he's doing all that talking. Like, get on the field.
Him and CJ Stroud having regular sit downs, and both of them were.
And that's another one who needed to stop talking.
2-pack of ass this year.
It was
terrible,
disgusting, bro.
Yo, they were a 2-pack of ass this year. Bought it in combo, like trash.
Bought it in combo,
and I felt bad because I was like, "Yo, CJ might have an MVP type of year."
And they fooled us. That team fooled us.
They got it.
Yo, I'm on the pod all last season saying, "Yo, next year CJ gonna be it. Next year gonna be CJ year." And boy, disappointed the fuck out of me this season.
You seen that stat? They said ever since he tried a little bro, Caleb
Williams,
numbers is way better
than CJ's.
Yep.
Yo, Michael Parsons want to be an Eagle. That's my hot take. Michael want to come to Philly so bad, and he's not gonna stop talking about us until he come to Philly.
Ain't gonna happen. We gonna
the boy want to be here bad. Favorite team is the Sixers. Every
Jerry
podcast episode, he talking about the Eagles a little bit in some way or shape or fashion. It's
Jerry ain't gonna let that one go because he just like him.
The boy want to come home.
Podcasts and trash on all that shit. Jerry ain't gonna let that one go.
Boy want to come home, man. Him and Paul George. Him and Paul George need to get off the podcast mics.
Podcast P.
For real.
Podcast P. Pandemic P. He's been everything but something good for mad long. Like, he ain't been playoff P in a decade.
You know what he never is? Playoff P.
Never.
P. Like, the nigga is DNP. DN Paul. That's DNP right there. Podcast P, that's DNP.
That's DNP.
Do not play. Ever. Oh my God.
That's a good one. I like that one. I'm using that one for that one. That's DNP. So that's a good one. That's the best one I've heard so far.
Bro, the nigga don't play.
DNP.
Like, oh,
that's a good
irks
one.
my spirit.
That whole team doesn't.
Yo, that's a fact. I feel so bad for Tyrese Maxey, bro. Like, NBA Casanat. I feel so bad for him, bro. Like, he got to get out of there, dog. Like, he got to go somewhere else or they're going to run that man ragged. Like, he going to start getting gray hairs. He going to stop smiling pretty soon. Like, he's miserable having to carry them 2 old niggas. And they both getting paid more than him. Like, he got to be tight. And then they gave him the TikToker.
Yeah, of course.
Jared McCain kind of nice, though. I give him that. He hooping a little bit.
Yeah,
he hooping.
He definitely is hooping. And we definitely gonna talk more ball as we get closer towards the end of the playoffs. Speaking of, before I forget, Super Bowl party happening. If you're in the New York area, you definitely gonna get that invite. That invite. Come pull up on us. This is the second time we're doing it, but this one is official tissue. Like, we really doing it this time. So pull up and have some fun with us.
And I'm getting more drunk this year because the Super Bowl show gonna be that much better.
Yes, sir.
We 2 for 2 on Super Bowls. I'm about to be lit this year.
All right, bet. Wild card weekend. We got 2 games Saturday. Starting off in the AFC, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans. Who are we going with? Who you got?
As much as I don't want to say,
wait. Okay, hold on. We gotta do the picks for this too. E1, y'all. For those that don't know, y'all should fucking know, because every week this nigga won. So
Where did I miss? I feel like I didn't have a terrible week.
let me see.
I think I missed on
He
like
won the regular season. Now we gonna see who wins the playoffs.
Well, put me
You should
down
put
for
some-
Eagles to the Super Bowl. Y'all saw my man AJ sleeping on the bench sleeping on the bench this week, taking a whole nap. The disrespect.
I don't even know.
Yo, shout out to the Giants for not even knowing how to tank the proper way.
Yo. I just got to say thank you to the Giants management, the Giants staff, the Giants front office, because I didn't want to see Shador or Travis twice a month, twice a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see them twice a season. So good riddance, nigga. Good riddance, nigga.
Oh shit! All right. Go ahead.
Travis
E,
Hunter
what'd you
about to be
say?
a Cleveland Brown.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Chargers.
Herbert had a really good year. They actually got a really good defense this year.
Mhm.
And
Oh yeah, they do
the Texans are the most overrated team this season.
for sure.
I
Definitely started
understand.
off that way.
Don't get me wrong. I know the injuries, but there was times they had at least 2 out of those 3 receivers healthy, and CJ Stroud still couldn't get it done. And
What's
with
his name?
an improved running game this year, because Joe Mixon was a great
That's
pickup.
exactly what I was.
He was
gonna
out
say.
of this world this year.
He was great. I had him on fantasy this year.
Yep.
He
And
was
really, that's the
He's
only reason I
fucking-
know he was cooking in fantasy this
Yep.
year.
That
He was
team,
cooking.
the Chargers got it. And, you know, I never want to root for, say that another AFC West team is going to win, but the Chargers are a good team.
My God. Okay, Nico, who you got?
My pick is the same, but I don't think like as highly of the Chargers. Like, I think they are a good team, but I think momentum is mad important, and I think Houston has been losing it. Like, they've just been fighting to keep their head afloat. That's what all their momentum is in surviving.
The
Chargers is starting to hit their stride at a right time, because I still don't really think very highly of their receiving room. Their run game is receiving room is shit, but their momentum is hitting at the right time. Justin Herbert's playing the best ball he's played in his career right now, so I definitely got them winning. And CJ's playing some of the worst ball he's played in his career, so I got the Chargers.
CJ Stroud was mid all year,
super
mid all season.
And I don't want to put it all on CJ because the offensive line was trash. They didn't hold up that well for him this year, but he also made a lot of mistakes. He felt like he could just make these big plays like he did last year. But it's a whole different year. These guys know you now.
Absolutely.
You are new. That's like Jaden Daniels and
figure you out, bro.
They're gonna figure you out. They're gonna get that tape. Like, these motherfuckers are in the NFL and they're starters for a reason.
And some of them are professionals, and they take their job seriously, and they gonna watch film, bro. Like, that's you ain't gonna be able to stand there, look one way, and throw the ball 70 yards the other way no more. Like, they sitting there.
I think this offseason he needs to podcast less, and
I better not see him on a single couch this offseason.
I don't want to see you at a draft party. I don't want to see none of that.
I don't want to see him in a single regular outfit this year, bro. Like, you better always be in Texans apparel throwing a fucking ball. Like,
that's a fact.
I don't never want to see CJ Stroud without a ball in his hand this year. A ball or a Bible. Like, that's the only way. If you're not at practice, you better be at church. Like, that's the only way I want to see CJ Stroud this year.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. I think this could be a close game though, because like you said, I'm not the biggest on the Chargers. They look a lot better this year because of the way Herbert is playing. They're running the ball well, and the defense is good. The Texans really what saved them is, like we said, the run game, and their defense is sneaky good. Like, the defense is somewhat sneaky good. Like, especially their D line, they sneaky good. But I think what's his name? C.J. Stroud is going to have a rough day. That Chargers defense is going to make it rough for him. So I think it's going to be the Chargers.
Like you said, with a bad offensive line, you got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack coming after you all game. It's crazy.
Exactly.
That's scary.
That's scary as shit. That's scary as shit. Next game, night game. Steelers versus the Ravens. Starting with you, Nico. Who you got in this one?
MV3. Come on. Big Bird flop. You feel me? Bird
Big
Bowl.
Bird flop.
I be pushing for the Bird Bowl every year, and I might get it this year. Bird Bowl. Bird Bowl. Come on. Ravens, Eagles, baby. Bird Bowl.
E?
You know, turn that shit with me.
Is Zay Flowers good? I know he got hurt last week, right?
Yeah, they cleared him.
Yeah, they cleared
I
him.
mean, either way, I was picking the Ravens because Russell Wilson is ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been watching those last couple Steelers games, and Russell Wilson is horrible. I've been betting the under of every Russell Wilson stat I could, and I've been winning off of that.
Yep, that's a fact.
Let Russ cook. Yeah, cooking a whole bunch of mid.
He getting cooked, thinking he could fucking run. Him get lit the fuck up. Nigga thought he could run, tried to lower his shoulder, and got lit up and fumbled the ball.
Like, yo, big dog, you 36 now, nigga. This ain't Seattle. This ain't Seattle, big dog. You 36.
Not a lot.
So hard.
Not a lot has to be said about Baltimore's offense. Like, their defense is starting to get back to where we know Ravens' defense is, and that's the scary part for everybody in the playoffs. If Baltimore brings Baltimore's defense, and if Lamar can play like he's never played in the playoffs, we know how his playoff stats be looking real ugly. If he figures it out, it's gonna be scary.
Lamar. One thing about Lamar in the playoffs is definitely like what we've seen from years past of Lamar in the playoffs is dead all is like what I'm thinking of Mahomes this year. He's had to do so much more to keep them afloat in the regular season. Like, if Mahomes isn't running around and being spectacular in some of these games, they're not even games for real. Like, he's having to do that to compete offensively.
Of course.
You're going to run into a defense that's really going to be about some shit, and then they're going to have an offense that's really about some shit.
You know what?
Then what? Because, like, yo, Lamar don't have to be Lamar of old to win this year.
Yep.
This nigga got King Henry. Yep. The second leading rusher in the league. Like, nigga got King Henry. If Lamar is not Lamarin, you have to still account for both of them in the backfield on a run game. Like, I think that causes a lot of problems. And I think this is the year Lamar goes the furthest he's ever gone. If it's not a Super Bowl, AFC Championship, bro.
You know what's the key factor for them too? Mark Andrews is healthy this year.
Yep.
Nigga, and they have a tight end by committee. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, like, usually when they get into the playoffs, Mark Andrews is banged up. He's always hurt.
He by himself. He be blocking, he be catching, running.
We already know. What Likely put on last year. Likely showed up last year.
They got Likely running routes. They got Likely running the routes. They got the other white boy blocking, and then they got my boy Andrews just living in the space out here. Like, I love it.
And
I love it for him.
And the thing I love about this Ravens offense is during the season, it seemed like they couldn't really figure out how they were going to win these games. At first, it was, all right, Derrick Henry, go ahead, do your thing. And then it was, all right, Lamar Jackson, you a two-time MVP. You go win us this game. Then they started losing games. And then they were like, you know what? Let's get back to what the fuck we went and got. King Henry. He's our engine, and Lamar can now take a step back and still be him.
Because as disrespectful as niggas try to be about Lamar's arm, like, yo, you give Derrick Henry 2-3 big runs, y'all gotta move up in the box, and Lamar is still Lamar. He can throw the ball 70 yards.
Yo, if you have to tackle Henry all day, right? And then Lamar's elusive ass starts running, you ain't got the energy to chase him around.
And this is the other thing, to your point, Nico, about his passing game getting better. If it wasn't for Derrick Henry being back there, right now, well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's still the second highest passing rating or completion, something like that.
No,
in
it's
NFL
the
history.
best QBR of all time.
QBR. There we go.
The best QBR of all time.
Y'all said this man was a running back. Remember?
4 picks. And none of them were his fault. If you run it back, all 4 of these picks bounced out of receivers' hands.
And yo, you know what's crazy? What we don't talk about too on
Fucking
the
crazy.
games that they were losing and stuff. Justin Tucker had a bad year.
Yeah.
Yo,
if Justin Tucker turns
awful.
into Justin Tucker.
Yeah, they win a few of those games. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Moving on to Sunday's games, we got 3 games that day, which is the more the merrier. Starting with the Denver Broncos going up against the Buffalo Bills. E, we're going to save you for last. Nico.
It's gonna be short and sweet.
Who you got?
I want to say Denver. Just because I feel like Buffalo don't have it for real. I feel like Buffalo don't got it in them. Like I've been saying about Mahomes the whole episode. That's really what it's been for Josh. Like Josh has having to been the best individually we've ever seen Josh. And usually, I come in here and I be chopping Josh Allen the fuck up usually.
Yep.
Because he's reckless with the ball, turnover machine, this, that. He didn't do none of that this year. He protected it a lot more. He did his he did what he had to do. I mean, he was a running back this year. Ain't nobody gonna call him that. Yep. But the nigga was a running back this year. More carries than Lamar, more rushing touchdowns than Lamar, more all of that shit. Like he was a running back this year. But he did everything in his power to keep his team competitive. But even with all that I said, I got Denver, bro. I think that shit wears on you. Josh has had to do that shit every game this season to compete.
Yep.
And that shit, and he's a quarterback running the ball, a bulk of their offense. He takes a lot of unnecessary hits, a lot of unnecessary contact. That shit is going to catch up to you. And then when you got Surtain is probably going to be matched up on Coleman. That don't really leave. I don't trust it.
I think he's going to be moving around.
Oh,
Surtain.
I don't trust Buffalo's number 2 or number 3. I will put my best corner on their number 1, and you got to beat me either as a running back quarterback or throwing to these other no-name niggas.
Well, a lot of
that's
that
how
too,
and we know he's reckless with the rock.
But a lot of that does, based on if Amari Cooper plays too.
True. But I got Denver.
Give me Denver. This is a tough one because I agree. I want to say Denver as well for the same reason because the Bills, Josh is going to have to play Superman again. And that shit wears on you, especially in the playoffs against a defense like
a longer season. This is the first extended season they've ever had. First 18-week season.
So this is going to be a rough fucking game. The only reason I'm going to pick the Bills is because Bo Nix and at being a rookie in this spot. Even though he has a great coach behind him, not a great coach, let me chill, but he's well-known, a well-known coach. Because if I say great, he's gonna curse me out because he hates.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Sean Payton.
That will help Bo Nix, like that has helped them all year. Defense is gonna have to be spectacular for them to be able to win this game. And I think that the defense might be spectacular, but Bo Nix is going to have to be spectacular too. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Bills just because I think maybe Josh can get one more out of it. But I don't think he can do another one after this.
I think if Denver can cover and if Denver can tackle, it's going to be a long fucking day for Josh because that's all it is. Like, Bills Mafia thinks that nigga's the Incredible Hulk. Like they think he just be running over shit. If they can tackle, it's gonna be a long day for him, dog.
If he ain't Superman, it's a now.
You feel me?
Josh
like
ain't Superman, it's a now.
He gonna have to be Mario off the star. Like he's gonna have to be like he's gonna have to do some spectacular shit.
Real shit. E. Heart. Head together.
Exactly. Show him the hat, man. Show him what we committed to, man. Show him the commitment.
I've been first of all, I've been picking them all year. So why would I wait just because we the underdog in the playoffs? You know
that's
I'm
right.
Pick up every week until we lose.
Consistent. I like it.
But we have a real shot at beating them.
You definitely do.
Listen, I in a way, I agree. It would have been dope to see Cincinnati win and get in the playoffs. To see a matchup like that, but I'll say this, and I'll leave Cincinnati alone. You should have did a good enough job where Pittsburgh wouldn't be in the playoffs, and you would have been inside of them. But
and every time I put money on him, T. Higgins fucked up my parlay. So
he fucked my shit up last week with that.
Enjoy your early off season, buddy.
And before you go, mention the Bengals. I told y'all we got to stop hyping the fucking Bengals up. Because Joe Burrow is just one fucking person. Jamar Chase is just one fucking person. They can't hold that team up like Josh Allen is right now. They can't do it every year. They did it that 1 year. They need a lot more fucking help, especially on the defensive side. Every year, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. The Bengals are this. The Bengals are that. Weird.
I ain't gonna
lie.
I
seen it once.
I'm not gonna lie.
If Joe Burrow do his fucking thing. But other than that, and Chase do his thing. But other than that, I'm not impressed with the Bengals. And this year, outside, they almost made the playoffs, but started that season.
I'm not gonna lie. If they had a defense, we wouldn't be. There wouldn't be an MVP conversation.
Oh, for sure.
That boy's year.
Burrow's numbers are out of this world.
His numbers are crazy.
Out of this world.
And then Jamar Chase with a triple crown is retarded.
Out of this world. Best Bengals receiving season ever.
But this is a playoff show, so we don't talk about teams that didn't make the playoffs.
All right, real quick. The last question about him, real quick. Last one about the Bengals. Is he better all time than Ocho in like franchise history already? In y'all opinion, y'all put him over Ocho?
Ocho said it.
I respect
Ocho said it himself. He was like, "Oh, no question." He said, "I got better feet." Yeah, that's what Ocho said. He said, "I got the better feet, no question." Yeah, his footwork was.
That's the one thing young kids.
He said, "I could get open better than he could, but all around athlete and
he faster, he's stronger.
He said he
bigger.
got me by a mile.
He's bigger, faster, stronger.
So,
Chase is nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah. Of course I'm gonna take us because one, the defense we have. And then not for nothing, Bo Nix is a rookie, so it's gonna be struggle. I think a lot of our offensive struggles this year weren't all on Bo Nix. It was the fact that no running game, don't really have weapons. Sean Payton's play calling was stupid.
What was that? Sorry to interrupt, but just want to go on what you just said about the running game, because last year it seemed like that was your strength, was the running game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now you got a quarterback, and now your running game is shit. Like, what the fuck happened?
Abandoned philosophies completely. Like, you could tell he wanted a run game so bad. He wanted a passing game so bad that now he got it. He just bailed out.
Oh, you still a Drew Brees, so he wanted
I was just about to say that's who they were in the Saints. Like, what was their running identity after Deuce McAllister was gone? There wasn't one.
Yeah, that running back became Reggie Bush, and he's
a pass catcher.
Threat. Yeah, and then Alvin Kamara, dual threat. Outside of Mark Ingram, who wasn't the premier back.
I don't even remember Reggie getting handoffs. Reggie was straight toss or swing pass. Like
special teams.
And special teams. Like Reggie ain't never get a direct handoff. Sean Payton was throwing the fuck out the rock over there.
Yeah. Outside of that, is it gonna? I don't think everybody's saying that. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Bo Nix goes and puts up 30. I think this is gonna be more of a low scoring game. But what I can say is, Buffalo's defense can be got.
Oh, their defense is trash. What do you mean?
That's why they lost games this year. But you got to remember, they're a home team. Defenses play better at home. Rookie quarterback. It's a full circle game because we going against Von Miller, who happened to be the Super Bowl MVP the last time we were in the playoffs.
That was the last time they were in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a
Damn.
minute. All right, I like that. That's an interesting
But,
game. That's a
I'm
game
staying
to
with
look
us.
out for.
You think y'all gonna be conservative though? You think y'all gonna come in there conservative on offense?
I hope not. Air that bitch out.
That's what I want to see. I like
I
playoff
love
football.
the
I
fact.
like
I
playoff
love the
football,
fact.
bro.
I love the fact that we've been, getting Marvin Mims the ball a lot more because he's fast as shit.
Yeah,
He's dynamic, and that just
I'm
You
only
glad
gotta
he
get
got
him
his
the ball.
job.
that only opens shit up for Cortland Sutton.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, no, I think they're gonna air it out. Just knowing Sean Payton, like you said, his
And
years
the best
in
part,
New Orleans, he gonna air
the
that bitch
best
out.
part,
And the
the best
Buffalo's
part,
defense ain't shit.
the
Air that
best
bitch
part,
out.
the best part is that weather don't play no effect on Denver.
That's a
Not used
fact.
to the cold.
They used to the cold. They used to
All
that
that
thin
shit.
ass air.
And that's air, so it's gonna be nice for Denver.
Straight. This is a regular game. Put up.
They say winters up there is dead like breathing through a straw. Like you trying to run routes with a straw in your mouth. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Next game. The Packers. Nico. For laugh. E, who you got in this game?
I'm going Philly. Philly won because Saquon Barkley played out of his mind this year. Their defense is good. Their defense is good. And plus, Green Bay, Jordan Love got hurt last week. They didn't need him playing from the start. You lost Christian Watson to a torn ACL. You didn't need him playing from the start. So, and another thing I want to say about the Packers. When we talk about top corners in the league, let's stop putting Jair Alexander, who never shows up. He's hurt every time they need him. Talking about, we would have beat Minnesota if I would have played. How about you play?
Exactly. Stop talking and fucking.
Because if my aunt had balls, she would be my uncle. You feel me? So
I hate that. They would never want to. I honestly, if you would have played,
he's done that with a few players. He's done that with a few players.
But yeah, I think
he's done that with a few players, and I've never seen. I'm not gonna say never seen, but everybody gets got. You feel me? Like if you're a corner, you're a defender, shot blockers at the rim. Like everybody gets got every once in a while. But I see him lose more of those high-profile battles than I see him win those high-profile battles. Yeah. He's no Darrelle Revis. He's no, he's shutting down that guy for the whole game. Like, Revis is taking away Randy Moss out of your offense. Revis is taking away Ocho, T.O. He's taking away premier guys out of the offense. Yep. Jair is just going to slow you down a little bit. He's not taking an A.J. Brown out of the game. He's not taking Devontae Smith out of the game. He's going to slow him down a little bit.
We don't have to talk about Jair Alexander no more. And I think what's going to, like I said, Jordan Love hurting his throwing elbow.
Against a defensive front that is one of the league leaders in pressures, dog.
Yo, and shout out to Philly, though. Those two rookie corners had nasty seasons.
Quintanamo Bay and Spicy Mayo? Come on. Cooper DeJean? Come on.
Our white DB isn't as good as Cooper.
No, but he's phenomenal. He's the first white DB to catch a pick in I don't want to get it wrong, but has that been a handful of years? Not to catch a pick, I think to have a pick six.
Pick six, yeah.
He the first white DB to have a pick six since 2007 or some shit.
Some crazy shit.
Something nuts.
And Jalen Carter's starting to become who we thought he was going to be.
Dog.
Yep.
Dog.
That boy is a monster.
I'm gonna go with Philly too.
What happened?
Packers.
One more time.
What was that? Speak up, sir. Kind of went out there.
I'm gonna whisper it. But nah. I'm gonna go with Philly. They are definitely the better team. I've had my doubts with the Packers all year. I really have, because Jordan Love, healthy or not, he is, and we've said this on this podcast, he is the new generation. What the fuck is his name?
Brett Favre.
The old Brett Favre. He's gonna get you 4 touchdowns, and he's gonna throw 4 picks. Same game. He might win some, he might lose some, but he takes too many chances, and I think he's going to take too many chances against this Philly defense, who's been playing good this year. Like, I can't front; they've been playing good. So, I think they're going to give the ball up. The injury is obviously not going to help. The run game is good, but it's not going to be good enough. Like, you can't run the ball. It's the playoffs.
That was a great
all
signing.
fucking game.
That was a great
Great pickup. That was a great pickup for them.
Absolutely.
But like Jones said, I don't think, and not being a Philly fan, but like just football fan, Philly bias aside, you can't be one-dimensional on offense and beat the Philly defense, because that defensive front puts on so much pressure. If you can't run the ball, you're done, because running sets up your throwing. If you can't run, you can't throw. That's why the Ravens are so good this year, because they're running the fuck out the ball. That's why Lamar is so good in the pocket. If you can't establish a run, you're not going to be able to establish a pass. And we already know our back half, which has been our weakness for the last couple of years, that shit is phenomenal right now. Nobody's throwing rock on us no more. Like, that's what lost us the Super Bowl to KC 2 years ago. Having bum ass Bradbury back there.
Y'all just got to get rid of one more guy back there, and y'all be all right.
Which one?
Slay got to go.
He's just getting old. He's more in a mentor role, so I'm not mad at it, because we move him around. He playing a little safety, playing a little corner, a little nickel. He been moving around. He's just old as fuck. That's what it is. They let him rock because this is his seniority year. They let him rock this whole season. Then next year he's gonna be a rotation guy. Watch. If he's gonna be a rotation guy next year.
Yeah, I think that should be the role he should be in.
Because he's in a mentor role now, nigga. Quint love him. Coop love him. Like, he just there for the young guys right now, and I love that. It's real morale shit. And
I'm not a fan of Maddox.
Avante, he's cool. I think that's Slay's next step. Though I feel like Slay, because you get old at corner, you lose a step. I think we move Slay to free safety. He can cover still. He's not hitting nobody. He don't move but he can cover space as a free safety. I think him and CJ have Coop and Quint up front, Quinion, and I think that looks nasty. But I got us easy. I definitely got us.
Okay, so next game.
Damn. That'll be it for tonight's show. Thank you for everybody tuning in.
Go ahead, dude.
Nah, I got us. That's it. That's really it. I just got us.
I just got us.
And I think it's gonna be super fitting that we was their first loss of the season and we're gonna be their last loss of the season. I think that's amazing. We beat them niggas in what, Brazil?
Oh yeah. I remember.
Damn, that means y'all might have a chance to beat them in 2 countries in 1 season.
5 hits. 2 countries in 2 years.
Yeah, right. Damn.
That's
in wild. 1 season. Beat them niggas in Brazil wild. In 24. Beat them niggas in Philly in 25. All in the same football year, though. I love that.
That's crazy.
Busting ass in time zones.
Washington versus the Bucks. Nico, who you got in this one?
Yo, this one was a hard one for me. I was definitely looking at this all day. Like, coming into the episode, I was thinking about this one. And yo, I want to say, I don't even know who I want to say. Honestly, bro, the Bucks got us up out of there last year. Baker and Mike Evans, fucking joke. Like, Baker and Mike be getting busy together. But, yo, Jayden Daniels is fucking good, bro. Like, him being in the NFC East, I've watched mad Jayden Daniels. Yo, Jayden Daniels is fucking nice, bro. Like, I kind of want Tampa Bay to win so we don't have to play Jayden next week. I'm a little more confident playing Tampa again than I am playing Washington again.
I hear you on that.
But damn. Give me Washington, bro, because Washington is momentum. I'm gonna go back to the momentum aspect of it. They are fucking rolling, like, and they played their whole season because they had to play their whole season. Like, they were playing against teams that had to play, so they didn't really have no like scrimmages or no week offs. Like, they've been playing ball consistently and amazingly. Like, I think Jayden had one of his best games of the season against us. Like, to be down, 5 turnovers or whatever, and him to have that poise, even though we didn't have like Jalen Hurts or CJ in the back, but for him to have that poise over the stretch of that game was wild impressive to me. But Baker is slowly becoming one of them guys, bro. Like nobody talking about Baker, but he's one of them ones right now. Like for the last maybe since he's been in Tampa, he's been one of them ones. Like great fit for him. Cleveland shit the bet on
definitely that. Top 10 quarterback in
easy a top 10 in the league. But damn, yeah, give me Washington, bro. That's gonna be my pick. Give me Washington, man.
I'm
gonna go on Tampa. Like I said, like you said, this was like a you can make it.
This is a flip. A flip.
Yeah,
this is a coin flip for me, for real.
But like you said, Baker showing why he was a number 1 overall pick. Like that. Tampa was the fit.
You know it's crazy. Sorry to cut you off.
Because they're both dogs. Like him and Mike Evans, neither of them are like outrageously athletically gifted. Neither of them are outrageously like skilled. But no, I'm not gonna say skilled, because skill is something that they both have skill at what they do. Neither of them are super athletically talented though. Like they're not fast, they're not overtly huge and strong. Like both of them gotta work. Like this 2 niggas who's gonna show up and be dogs every day. That's what makes them scary. That's why I think they work so well together.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I think this is gonna be the highest. I think this is gonna be the highest scoring game of the playoffs. Because I watched last week's game because my parlay had
the first round. You mean?
Yeah, of this weekend.
Of this first round, this is gonna be a shootout. I think.
The Tampa's defense was looking a little shaky against the Saints.
Yeah,
but and I think a key factor for Tampa is Bucky Irving.
I want to see y'all game be a shootout too.
He's dynamic.
I think y'all game got that potential.
Yes, it does. It definitely does.
If Sean Payton don't come out there on some conservative shit, I think that
Denver's
gonna have the second highest scoring game this week.
I can see that too.
I think Washington, Tampa Bay is gonna be the first highest scoring game, and then I got Denver being the second.
I think Washington, Tampa is gonna be back and forth all game.
Yeah, I agree.
And it goes to before you go, it goes to so much what you said about with us, with Bo Nix being a rookie. Jaden Daniels is still a rookie, and the playoffs are different. Baker's won playoff games.
Who's Bo Nix's backup?
Jarrett Stidham.
Okay. I was thinking because like usually they have like an older nigga as a backup, like mentor status. He's like Jaden got Mariota, and Mariota really hasn't done shit in the league, but he's a great mentor.
Not at least Stidham. He's been on those Patriot teams with Brady.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So
like he'll be a coach like in 10 years or something like that. Like he'll be coaching.
He'll be one of those next offensive coordinators. Were like, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
Why the team was never good, but not never good. You sat behind the GOAT, so
right. That's a fact. Yeah, you chilling. Yeah. Like y'all said, it's a flip. I'm gonna go with Washington. I think their momentum, like Nico said earlier, is going to carry them over. And what you said, E, about the Bucks defense not looking so good the last few weeks, but that Baker and Evans combination is ridiculous. That Terry and Jaden combination is ridiculous. Like y'all said, it could definitely be.
And then Jaden Daniels, the running back, scares me. Like when he gets mobile, the kid is out of there. And he don't take a lot of hits. He knows when to go down. Like
he knows when to go down. After that first injury he got, he was like, all right.
Dog. Bro. I be so hyped watching that kid, man. I hate that he plays for Washington. Like he's so fucking good.
Me too. You was gonna say something, E?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like when you talk about Baker, you ever hear when guys be like, yo, this dude is a gamer? That's Baker. That's Baker Mayfield.
For sure. He's someone that loves fucking football.
Like you look at him off the field and he doesn't pass the eye test. Like nothing about him is impressive to just look at. Tom Brady shit. Nothing in Aaron Rodgers shit. Nothing about them is really impressive to look at. But
absolutely
talented. When the helmet's on, once the whistle blows, you know that number 6 on the other team is one of the scariest players they have. Like Baker is coming to kill. Like he's coming for blood. He plays every game, every down. You can tell with every inch of his soul, and I love that shit.
Yep.
He definitely grew on me the past few years. Like I wasn't really a Baker fan when he first came into the league, but I can definitely say I'm definitely a Baker fan.
Cleveland was trying to ruin my boy because I definitely like College Baker. Plant that flag on niggas. I like that.
I ain't like that.
I like
He
that.
did that
Like
shit.
that was energy. I was like, okay.
He did that
Yo,
against us.
Speaking of that, Cleveland Browns, do not take Cam Ward. Please don't. Draft Travis. Y'all don't know how to draft quarterbacks. Don't
do Trav like that.
They
either.
said Cam. They said that. Not they said, but I think Tennessee might fuck around and try to grab Cam.
I think Cam's going number 1.
I think Cam is going to Tennessee. Honestly,
I can see that for sure.
Because I know you don't really want to drive somebody into a situation they're not happy, and I think they know how much Shador is trying to go to New York, unfortunately. But I think Cam goes Tennessee, Trav goes Cleveland, Shador goes New York. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Last game of the weekend is the Vikings versus the Rams. Who do you got, E?
This game might not be in LA. They said they might move it to Arizona because of the wildfires.
Because of the fires.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they had a crazy game when they played this year.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold looked like the old Sam Darnold last week. He did. But I'm gonna take Minnesota just because their defense, even though, shout out to Matthew Stafford, first of all.
Facts.
Like he showed out this season. Especially when in the beginning quarter of the season he had nobody.
Yep.
He
kept him alive.
Yo,
like Cooper
Matthew
Kupp
Stafford has had a phenomenal overall the last 4 years. Matthew Stafford has had a phenomenal couple of seasons. Like the niggas put together a Super Bowl run from 2020 to now. Like, he's had a great couple of years.
Shout out to you, my guy.
But
he has had a great couple of years.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota just because their defense is good.
Yep.
And the playoffs is where stars are supposed to show up. So let's see Justin Jefferson show up.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison show up. Aaron Jones has to have a game.
What is this? JJ's second year in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I think it was like the only time he was in the playoffs was when they got slapped by the Giants.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But and the fact too is like we don't talk a lot about the Rams defense. We don't talk a lot about the Rams defense, but they got some young dogs on that defense.
Yeah.
Because I think people get caught up with all the old names that they have. Because they have a lot of old names, but they got young dogs.
Yeah.
Jared Verse, he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
The pass, he's nice.
They got some guys that get to the ball, like for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing that makes me think for a little bit that they might be able to pull it. Because if they get to the ball, Sam Darnold gonna look like he played for the Jets again. Like if the pressure is there how it should be there, Sam Darnold gonna look like he played for the Jets again. And I'm always weary of a team that is so heavily reliant on a wide receiver. You feel me? Like I feel like that Minnesota's offense has been so like JJ heavy.
Good, TJ. Appreciate you pulling on, my guy.
But I think son would be defense. What they do got a good supporting cast outside of him. TJ Hawkinson is good. Jordan Addison, I feel like I know he gets hurt a lot, but he's good. He doesn't get spoken on.
The kid flat out can ball. Absolutely. Like you said, he's made of glass.
Yeah.
But nigga, my son will be tight if I don't pick him. So I'm gonna pick Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Vikings. He'd be running around in his Justin Jefferson jersey. He'd be tight if I don't pick him. So go ahead.
Watching USC versus Maryland. Okay. Oh, that's
the girls.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. The girls, or you? Because that can't be a bowl game. Playoffs start tomorrow, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with y'all.
How would that be playoffs? Come on.
Yeah, I'm about to nigga. USC football don't do shit no more.
No,
Maryland neither. Like, what are you doing?
USC football don't make bowl games no more.
He said Maryland too. Like, what are we doing?
Reggie ain't
Good.
around no
Bro,
more.
first of all, if you hear USC, you only got to think of Juju. That's it.
Girls
It's
No,
basketball.
that's the
Yeah,
first
like
thing I thought of. That was the first
USC.
thing I thought of. but
USC
I
is
also couldn't
girls
get past
when
that.
basketball.
you
You don't
said
think about nothing else.
playoffs start tomorrow, we like, hey, it ends with Juju.
But yeah, I got the Vikings in this one. The Rams, though, they're a team that could pull this off.
They have the
Definitely a
veterans
team
for it.
You
like
know,
the thing
you
with
know
the
how-
Rams,
Yeah.
they've been lighting it up on offense for the first half of the year, even without and Cup. And then they got them back, went even better, got even better. And then towards the end of the year, they've been more reliant on their defense.
Yes.
If you've been looking at the scores, it's been like under 20 the
I
last
got
3
Puka
games.
Doncic in fantasy. I didn't even got to look at the scores. I can just look at his numbers.
I got Puka too. And this last week, he's been like it just wasn't what we're used to. So, but they've been relying on that defense. And that's a sign that if they can keep their defense and the offense clicking at the same time, that's a scary team. But that's the same thing you can say about the Vikings. They're scary on offense.
Big
They're
ifs, man. The
scary on
ifs
defense.
be
And I want to say one other thing. Shout out to the teams not giving up on these first round picks, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Because that's the first thing that came to my mind was like a lot of teams could have said, all right, we saw y'all ain't look good. We done with y'all. This is what teams should be doing.
like Tom Brady said, man. You got to
Exactly.
develop these young guys. You can't.
Got to.
Yo, the NFL is so vastly different from the NBA. Like you can be 18 years old, come out of high school, go to college for a week, and then go to the NBA, like and be ready to play. Like Kyrie Irving played all of 7 games at Duke.
Yep.
And was able to come into the league as a rookie and be Kyrie Irving, like as a 6-foot kid, like not big, not just 6 feet tall, being able to what the same shit he was doing in high school and the NFL. You can't do that shit, bro. Everybody's the man in high school. Everybody's the man in college. You got to come up here and really like be a dog.
Yeah. Now I got just 2 things to say. On one, I'll continue that. What do you expect when you draft guys and then every year they got different head coaches or different offensive coordinators? It's always a different system.
Yep.
It's a learning curve. You think one year they're gonna figure out the game and be like, all right, I won rookie of the year, now I gotta be at an MVP level. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And I feel like
Exactly.
like you said, they lose track of how'd you get him. Y'all was a lottery team. Y'all weren't good when he got here. Why were y'all bad then? Why didn't have a quarterback before him? Because they didn't have nobody to block for that quarterback then. Y'all didn't have nobody for him to throw to then. Y'all be bringing they draft these young guys into terrible situations and expect them to be Jesus Christ. And then when they're not, they try to label them a bust and ruin their career.
Yep.
Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Shit. Who else is cooking right now that that got overlooked? Probably a couple more, but I'm Jared Goff.
Yep. Jared Goff.
Jared fucking Goff, 14-2, 2 years in a row.
Yep.
And when he was on the Rams, they was ready to deuce him up because he was 500.
Yep.
And then the last point I want to make is about this game. You know how like every year there's always it's not every year, but most of the time there's always a team that like sneaks into like the conference championship game and we're like, wait, they shouldn't be there. Like a couple years ago it was Tennessee. That's what the Rams gives me. Like I feel like I wouldn't be overly shocked that they make it to an NFC championship game.
Not at all. Not at all. That's how I felt about them last year.
I was like, they can sneak like
one of those teams.
Like last year, as good as Detroit was, I didn't think they were going to be in the NFC championship.
I didn't either. I thought the Cinderella magic was going to fade. I definitely did.
You know what I mean?
Believe in them this year.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I believe in them this year because they proved this. Hey, we did it twice now. All right. Last year, I thought it was Cinderella magic. Like I didn't think it was going to last.
I know. We'll probably talk about them next week, but Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 back in the league.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. After what he did this year, and then losing Montgomery and still going, like, all right, bet. It's all on me. Heard you.
Does losing Montgomery hurt them in the playoffs, though?
I think so.
I think so a little bit. I don't think it hurts them as bad as it may seem seemed at first because when was it? How many games did he miss? Like the last 4, last 5,
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
something
like
like
4.
that, right? And Gibbs still held it down.
True.
Still was getting about 100 a game. And they have so much on offense that he doesn't have to hold the load on
I
them.
think
Like
what has helped him is the fact that Jameson Williams stayed healthy this year and went off.
Yes.
It's like Amon-Ra isn't that deep threat receiver. He's gonna work all that underneath, kill the slot and all
He's
that.
the Hines Ward.
J-Mo is gonna stretch the field. You could throw him those swing passes or them toss plays, and he's just gonna go crazy. And I think what they need the most is for Sam Laporta to be Sam Laporta.
yeah, because he's been the quiet one this year.
And
He was hurt a lot.
He was the threat last year.
Yeah, he was hurt. He was hurt.
He was the one last year, more so than Amon-Ra was.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get more into the Chiefs and the Detroit Lions next week. But is there anything else? Any other topics? It doesn't even have to be football. That you guys want to talk about. Nico, look like you want to say something.
I remember.
Smoke. What's up?
I had something to say more with the Broncos. Chris Broussard, do me a favor and keep following LeBron and Brown. Don't talk about football. Dad said, what's the point of playing 17 games if you're just gonna rest guys when it doesn't matter? Here's the thing, Chris Broussard. If it was a 15-game season or a 16-game season, the team still had the division and the playoff spot locked up, they still wouldn't be playing that last game. Go worry about where LeBron's going or whatever. That's how I know Chris Broussard.
Yeah.
Being LeBron,
he used to be. Yep.
Don't talk about
fact.
I do think that the format needs to change. I do think that the format needs to change, though.
Yes, he is.
I think that
he should be. I
think absolutely the format for the NFL playoffs has to change, though. Like, I don't think there's no reason that a team loses 2 games and should be playing in a fucking wild card weekend. I hate that. Like, that's so nasty to me. But like, something about that just feels wrong. Nigga, it's 18 weeks of football. We've lost twice or we lost 3 times and we're playing in the wild card. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, what? That's it. And something about that irks the fuck out of me.
But I just throw some numbers out to this comment real quick?
What's up?
All right.
Oh, because he gonna read me that. He gonna read us that bullshit he posted earlier.
Yeah. Against Pro Bowlers this season, 92 routes, 6 receptions, 56 yards, 0 TD, 2 picks. And y'all had the nerve to put before the season. Y'all had the nerve to say Sauce Gardner was the number 1 corner in the league. Sauce Gardner don't even know how to tackle. Y'all gonna have him as the number 1 corner in the league because his name is Sauce. Don't do that.
Because his name is Sauce. Fuck off.
That's what it is. He in a big market.
Y'all liked him because he had a nice nickname. He came from Cincinnati. Where PS2 played? Alabama.
Nah.
Wait, look who he was starting in practice.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
But we all know every time I hear Defensive Player of the Year, we talking about TJ Watt. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know Defensive Player of the Year is usually a pass rusher, usually a pass rushing award. If we're gonna do that, Nick Bonito was top 3 in sacks this year.
Yep.
How come voters fatigue don't ever kick in for that award? Niggas will
Aaron
give the Watt brothers
had it in a chokehold for how many years?
Yo, niggas will give the Watt brothers every defensive player year until they retire, until they get a new sibling in the league. They just gonna give it to somebody named Watt forever. But they had Tony Romo. They had Tony Romo and whoever the fuck else on TV giving these awful takes of, well, you know, Lamar already has 2 MVPs, so they could just give this one to Josh. No, nigga, that's not how it works. No,
yeah, I hate.
He wasn't better than me this year. Don't give him my award.
I hate
because I got one already. What? You never heard them say, "Yo, well, TJ Watt has."
Oh yeah.
TJ Watt already has a DPOY. Let's give it to Jalen Carter.
Caleb Dimes is a problem. Caleb Dimes, he's a beast.
You'll never hear nobody say that. But that's not what I wanted to talk about real quick before you got out of here. So Fox Sports.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yo, generational meme content.
Hey,
I'm gonna send y'all my favorite memes to the chat. Cause boy, I've been on
boy.
Twitter
Yo, we might have to,
crying for the last 3
drop
days.
like a.
I saw that shit when I
That
got
might,
home yesterday. I was like,
that might have to be that Friday show you be doing. Sean. We might have to pull up to that Friday show and
Call
talk
me,
about
cause dog.
That's a topic right there.
Yo, you see my boy Jason Whitlock is out here talking greasy. Jason Whitlock is.
All I'm saying is 1.5 for that is crazy.
Yo, my boy Skip is wilding for that. And you saw Stephen A. Smith got on his show and was like, "Yo, Skip is one of the cheapest men I know, so I don't know if that can be true." He said, I don't look. I'm not.
It's true what you said though. That Jason Whitlock was insane.
Yo,
that
this
nigga
nigga Skip was pulling up to the staff like this. Skip was pulling up to the staff like.
I want to know about the fucking Joy Taylor shit. Boy.
Yo, cause
she's a nice piece of meat right there. I would be all up on that ass too.
And
but,
you feel, and she Oprah with the box? Like she Oprah with it. You get some box, everybody get some box. Like she's just walling.
Hey, to y'all that's listening and watching and pull up to that Sports Panel podcast on Friday. That's going to be the
Friday
topic.
Me and Nico should pop up.
Fact, hey, we gonna guest star. We gonna make appearances that episode.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be popping.
Ain't not anything's allowed that shit?
Anything allowed.
I might have to have like a little
sports related. We could talk. We getting crazy with it. Pull up, y'all. It's about to be a real good
I'm gonna be there on Friday. Pull up on that. Because I got mad jokes for that one.
It's gonna be a good one. We appreciate all 305 of y'all that popped up and showed love today. Every one of you guys that commented. I'm gonna send the link on Friday.
Yo,
I'm gonna send the link to your. Oh, matter of fact, TJ, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, that's where you're gonna find the link. So if you're not, just follow me on one of those social media platforms or on Facebook. My regular name, Sean Jones, SeanJones. You can find the link on there as well. But
yo,
yeah,
they said that Jason Whitlock has sounded like Isaiah Thomas when he was talking about the dream team. He said, "I fit all the requirements. Why didn't I get picked?"
Son said, "You know how I am. I was like, no."
He said, "Look, I stayed away from her because I knew what I was capable of." Nigga Cam Newton had his show today and was like, "Yo, who are you fucking? Like, who are you fucking? You're not that guy, pal. Like, what?
You're not that good looking, my boy."
Yo, I cannot wait till Friday.
Oh, my boy, TJ. Yo, so
diabolical shit.
Other than that, enjoy this weekend's playoffs. Nico is still crying. Friday's gonna be a great show, y'all. Y'all gotta pull up. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk everything.
So funny.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But enjoy this week. Good luck to all y'all teams besides Nico's. And
yo, that's
Broncos. I don't care if they win.
That's your worst nightmare as a Philly Super Bowl winner.
I can't see it.
Another one.
See it happen again.
Another one.
The Giants win twice and the Eagles win twice.
Another one.
The Cowboys win another one.
Yo, that's just gonna cause Sean to fly to Dallas and like pick it outside of Jerry's house.
He gonna storm the stadium like they did the Capitol.
That's gonna be his capital.
That's his capital. He about
on
to storm
Twitter.
That shit.
Exactly. That's gonna be my January 6th. And I know where it's at because I've been there, nigga.
They said we at Arlington rioting right now.
Exactly where your office is at. One man band. But other than that, it's your boy Jones, my guy E, my other brother Nico. We out, y'all. You see what it is, Jones with Sports. We make sports better. Peace. I wish I could be cool like y'all and get my shit. Won't do it.